Happy Cake Day, friends! It's Wednesday, November 26th, 2025, and you're tuned into KoiCast. No candles on the mic, but we did bake this entire episode with AI. Today we're putting Microsoft Vibe Voice 7B through its paces, so if things get a little frosted, that's the experiment talking. I'm Hunter.
And I'm Riley. If the show glitches and sings happy birthday to a toaster, just roll with it. All right, headline time. Black Forest Labs dropped FLUX.2, open weight vibes with a dev model on Hugging Face, plus hosted flavors. Creators and marketers are asking, can I ship with this, like, now?
Short answer, treat FLUX.2 dev as an R&D first sandbox unless you've locked in a commercial license. By default, it's licensed for non-commercial development and research, not for selling ads or bundling straight into a paid product. For commercial moves, either buy a self-hosted commercial license for dev from BFL or route to the hosted commercial variants like Pro on providers such as FAL.ai or partner APIs. Product teams can absolutely prototype features, nail prompts, and build critics around dev, then swap to a licensed commercial endpoint before launch.
Yeah, don't YOLO a non-commercial dev license into a Black Friday campaign. The grown-up version is build with dev, A/B your flows, lock the schema, then flip the switch to Pro or a self-hosted commercial license when the spreadsheet says go. Okay, how do we know if it's production ready and not just a spicy Reddit thread?
Signals from the wild. Watch Hugging Face issues for reproducible bugs, memory footprints, and quantization success rates. Check GitHub and Comfy UI for active FLUX.2 nodes and example graphs that other teams can replicate. On Reddit and HF discussions, look for consistent reports on text legibility, hands, and multi-reference stability across batches, not just cherry-picked bangers. And see if folks are publishing seeds and exact settings you can rerun.
Add Xchatter to that. When power users start posting side-by-sides with Midjourney and you can't tell which is which without zooming to the pores, that's a tell. Bonus points when teams share failures. If the community can't break it, it's probably real.
Use cases adopting fast. Anywhere multi-reference and character consistency matter. Think recurring mascots across social, e-commerce product families with exact angle and lighting, packaging comps, thumbnails where typography must read, and episodic storyboards.
I'm seeing webtoon artists lock a character with 10 reference shots, then riff a whole scene list. Also influencer-style ads where the talent is real and approved, and the background props and branded elements are generative. Consent receipts taped to everything, please.
On the no AI artifacts claim, great marketing, but verify. Run a blind bake-off. Same brief across FLUX.2 and a couple closed hitters. Test tiny type with OCR. Zoom for plastic skin, double pupils, finger counts, jewelry, and zipper teeth. Check physics, shadow direction, specular highlights, depth of field. Compress to social sizes and see what breaks. Then have a small panel rate realism without knowing the model.
And typography. Make it render a coupon code at end card size, then downscale. If it smears, your media buyer will hunt you in your dreams. Also try weird patterns that usually moire pinstripes, grids, neon signs. If it holds, you've got something.
Ops trade-offs. Local dev with 4-bit quantization on an RTX class card gives privacy and fixed cost, but you'll eat longer load times and limited concurrency. Great for internal tools and sensitive briefs. Hosted inference on platforms like FAL.ai, Replicate, and Comfy Cloud gives you steady latency, auto-scaling, and usage-based billing that maps cleanly to budgets. Data privacy shifts to vendor contracts and region selection. Hybrid wins. Prototype and red team locally, ship production on hosted with clear SLAs.
Plus, hosted is friendlier to design sprints. Creative teams don't want to babysit VRAM, they want results now. If you're going local, cache everything and batch overnight. If you're hosted, set per job caps and auto back off so you don't speedrun your budget on one overeager prompt.
Legal and compliance. Built-in NSFW and IP filters are helpful, not absolution. You still need rights for likeness, logos, and locations. Watch for filter evasion on tricky prompts, region-specific ad rules, and accessibility obligations. Policy as code helps. Claims require sources, banned phrases enforced, region locks, alt text checks, and provenance manifests stamped on every asset.
And consent. If you're doing character consistency with a real human, you need written, scoped consent. That includes reuse, derivative rights, and takedown. If you can't waive the paperwork at a lawyer in 5 seconds, don't ship.
Integration maturity. Diffusers is solid. Comfy UI nodes for FLUX.2 are already bouncing around. FAL.ai, Replicate, and Comfy Cloud give you API or workflow routes. The gaps, turnkey connectors to DAMs and CMSs, and native QA for brand tokens and typography. You'll probably stitch a small middleware layer to push into your asset library with alt text, color tokens, and C2PA baked in.
I'd kill for a native brand critic that fail stops on wrong hex codes, logo clear space, and unreadable caption contrast. Until then, chain a fast judge model plus a tiny OCR pass. It's boring. It also saves your Monday.
KPIs that prove it's not just pretty. First pass approval rate, OCR legibility pass rate, time to valid asset, cost per compliant asset, and variant throughput. Then the money. Conversion lift and watch-through lift on matched creative sets. Run micro holdouts. We've been writing about this. Structured generation beats vibes because you can measure it.
And spin up synthetic focus groups to prune duds before spend. Calibrate them against live results, then let them auto-kill the bottom quartile. It's like taste with a timer.
Competitive landscape. If open weight quality matches closed, the moat moves to workflow, safety, datasets, and governance. Expect usage-based pricing to commoditize. Vendors will differentiate on brand compliance, consent management, distribution connectors, and analytics. The winners make your pipeline boring and reliable.
Translation. Less prompt art, more automation OS. Closed platforms don't die, they'll package enterprise guardrails and fancy editors. Open players will eat the builder crowd and privacy-sensitive teams. Everybody chases the same finish line. Ship fast, safely, with receipts.
Timeline to end, minimal human oversight? Full autopilot on every surface is a stretch, but routine variants for ads and social, with policy and accessibility critics, can auto-publish now. New campaigns, regulated claims, and high-stakes visuals still need human taste and legal. Push the boring 80% to machines, keep people on the weird, novel, or risky.
Quick ecosystem pulse while you refill your metaphorical plate. Reliance Jio just greenlit a 1 gigawatt AI-native data center campus in Visakhapatnam through its Digital Connection joint venture, part of an $11 billion build-out over about 5 years. That's a signal. India wants to be the compute hub for a whole region. SoftBank bought Ampere, a cloud and AI chip designer, in a roughly $6.5 billion deal. Screams energy-efficient data center chips read cheaper inference at scale later. And MIT researchers say AI could technically automate tasks in a double-digit slice of jobs, but only around single-digit % of US roles have vision tasks where it's economically attractive to automate right now. Not a doom bell, more like a redesign the job bell. Human plus machine or you get left behind.
All three point to the same arc: more capacity, lower latency, and pressure to ship AI-assisted workflows responsibly. If you're already piloting FLUX.2 with policy gates and provenance, you're on the right side of that curve.
Okay, fast hit list for teams hungry to try this week. 1. Pick a brand-safe surface, think product hero images or social end cards. 2. Wire a tiny critic chain for schema, OCR, color tokens, and alt text. 3. Bake a micro holdout to compare FLUX.2 against your current model. 4. If it wins on first-pass approvals and cost per asset, scale. If not, you still hardened your pipeline.
And mind the license. Dev is for building and testing unless you've paid for a self-hosted commercial license. If a credit card or ad budget touches it, you should be on pro or a commercial dev license. Treat licensing as part of risk management, not an afterthought.
Last spicy take. FLUX.2 isn't magic, it's momentum. The multi-reference and typography leaps mean we can finally automate the stuff that used to send designs back to the shop. That's the unlock for creators in the trenches who want to make more without losing voice.
That's the show. If you liked this frosting-heavy episode, grab more at koei.com/resources. Subscribe so your automation brain stays fed, and since it's cake day, go celebrate a clean render and a clean conscience. Both taste better.
Bye, friends. May your prompts be crisp, your critics be kind, and your slices be generous. Catch you next time.